Shalom Fam, So here, also known as Coach Arthur. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And to my returning family, thank you again for always showing love and support. And fam, today we're going to talk about buying land in Tanzania, and we're going to talk about all the things that the enemy don't want you to know about purchasing land in Tanzania. So all of this information that I'm going to talk about is general knowledge when it comes to purchasing land. Your lawyer should know this information. You can cross-reference with Tanzania law. You can go online and you can talk to your lawyer and just bring up some of these laws, note down some of these things, so that when you're talking to your lawyer or your team, you know exactly what questions to ask. Now fam, let's get started. So the first type of land I'm going to talk about is village land. So there's a Village Land Act number 5 of 1999. This law, governs management and allocation of village land. So it's governed by the local authorities. That means the village chief and the council will determine who can purchase land in that area, and they kind of orchestrate and guide you through the purchase between you and the local person who's selling the land. So now understand that as a foreigner, you cannot directly own village land, but you can lease the land or you can use a derivative right for investment purposes, and that's something you got to go through TIC. But fam, let's come from the perspective, if you're a group and you have a family, or if you have a family and you want to start a company in Tanzania, you can start a company. You can make it a local company. That means you can have a Tanzanian partner, find somebody that you can trust, that will own majority of the shares in the company, and that way you can purchase local land. So if you have a company set up that way, you can. But if you set up a foreign company, that puts you in a different situation. You have to go to TIC and you have to allow them to lease the land or give you some type of derivative which would give you a right to purchase the land as a foreign company. So that's something that we can talk about on another video. We won't talk about that on this video because I'm trying to help the people that I know that's looking to purchase village land. They want to live off the land. They want to be sustainable in Tanzania. That's what me and my family are doing. So we are doing a lot of research. We're doing a lot of the groundwork now that we thought we were getting up front, but we know that the enemy does not like when you get information that undermine what they do, because the enemy is not really trying to help you. So wolves in sheep clothing, I'm gonna just say that. So fam, you getting this information firsthand from someone who is doing it. So this is not something that you cannot, again, cross-reference with your lawyers in Tanzania. You can also look at the laws that govern village land. So let's get into it. Okay, this is something very important, fam. So when you engage with the village council, they will also gather the leaders of that village. So under Section 8 of the Village Land Act, the village council is responsible for administering the land. You can present your intentions and seek approval through the public meeting and discussions with the village, our community leaders. So fam, once you have found a local person who's selling you land, you go to the village, you let them know you're interested in the land. Your lawyer will draw up an agreement. Your lawyer can also draw up some kind of guidelines or a plan that things that you plan to do on the land. Once the village is okay with you doing that, you pay the village 10%. Your lawyer will bring a sales agreement, in your favor, of course, so that you have everything included. You have witnesses from the village. It can be family members of the owner of the land. You can bring your own witness who will all sign that sales agreement underneath your company's name. You and your family can own, lease or own the land. That's how it is. In Tanzania, understand that the government owns all land. And the village land is a little different from other lands, so it's governed by the local council. So that is some of the first ground steps that you will do. You must go meet that village chief, and you must know all the owners. So not only do you need to know the owner of that particular piece of land that you plan to purchase, but you need to know the neighbors. So everyone on the boundaries of that land you need to know. So I learned that from Mr. Clyde. It's so important, and Miss Maria, it's so important for you to know who's around your land, so you don't encroach on somebody's land, or somebody doesn't encroach on your land because they see you developing it and then they try to come and give you issues. So just know that, fam, once you have your company securely established with Brella, and you have that TIN number, and you have everything registered with Tanzanian government, you can then move forward with purchasing your land. So you don't have to rely on this group or that group to get your land. You can, as soon as you purchase the land, you do your sales agreement, and the village has done their village or town meeting or town planning meeting, that you have that map, your boundaries, and they have put those markers on your boundaries, you can start developing your land, clearing your land, and then you can move to the next step, and that's the next thing we're going to talk about. All right, fam. So next thing, you got your land. You already know you got your company registered. So what your company needs to do is to make sure you register that map that you get from the surveyor. So I didn't mention that earlier, but I'm going to do another video, and hopefully we'll do some more talks. So you'll have a surveyor do an initial sketch of the land, and then the surveyor will come back and do a final sketch when they do the town planning, and that is the map that will be registered with the land ministry. So once you get to that step, if you were on the panel discussion, Sister Evelyn and Brother Mac talked about the last steps as far as getting that deed. So once you get, file all the paperwork, you'll need that sales agreement as well. But with the land ministry, they're going to, issue you some type of deed or lease agreement, and it's going to be for a certain time period. I'm not clear on that. I'm not sure how that works, but it's governed by the Village Land Act number 5 of 1999. So that governs the leasing and granting of rights of occupancy. So once you have rights and occupancy, which initially the village council is going to give you that once they sign the land over to you, so you can start developing it, and doing what you need to do for village land. Let's be clear, fam. I'm talking about village land. I'm not talking about in city limits and all that kind of stuff. This is village land. This is what I'm studying. This is what I'm learning to understand. So fam, you're at a point where you already have all the documents. You registered everything with the land ministry. Now you're just waiting. It's going to take a few months for them to get all your documents. Should you wait to develop your land? I say no. And I've heard this from several people. Our lawyer heard it from, diaspora that's building on their land now. You don't wait, because you want to go ahead and take occupancy of that land. You want to become a part of that village. Let them know you're serious about being a part of that village. And that way, they're going to look out for you. They're going to let you know when people come in, different things. So, fam, if this is something that you're serious about moving to Tanzania, you want to bring your family, something like we did, and, you want to get clear information, all of this information I'm giving you can be found online. So, fam, get the laws, understand Tanzanian law, and then once you understand the law, you understand some of the things you have to do, that is when you go ahead and reach out to Mr. Clyde and Miss Maria. Let them know you're ready to repatriate. You want to get something set up in Tanzania, because a lot of us are thinking about future. We're trying to set the foundation. We understand that the second Exodus is coming. We understand that that's at a later time. But we want to have something there, and the Most High is leading a lot of us to set something up there. So you can work with Mr. Clyde and Miss Maria for their step-by-step service, and you also can talk to them about acquiring the land legally. They can assist you in guiding you in that direction, because we want to do things in order. We want to do things, the right way the first time. We don't want to keep getting it wrong. We don't want to keep running into these issues. So fam, next order of business, if you plan to travel to Tanzania in 2025 or 2026, we do have a trip coming up for June 2025. You can email me at origindenal@gmail.com, and we can get you set up for the next Zoom call. Fam, we do have a couple Airbnbs set up in Tanzania. So in June 2025 or possibly in January 2025, if that's something that you plan to do, you may be able to book one of our Airbnbs. Fam, we just always want to encourage you and allow you to understand, encourage you to understand that anything that you see us doing or anybody else doing in Tanzania that's legal, it's possible for you to do. So if you want to set up Airbnbs in Tanzania, that's something you want to do, it's possible. I can help you do that. I can assist you with that for free. I don't understand why we can't help each other or encourage each other. I see a lot of the deception, fam, and I don't understand it. I know it's not from the Most High. So again, fam, stay encouraged. We gonna get this thing right, man. We're gonna acquire this land. We're gonna set something up in a different country for our family. I know a lot of you want to get to Tanzania to put your feet on the ground. Just be patient and just allow the Most High to lead you and guide you. Pray, use discernment before you make any decisions. Y'all bless.